Hi everyone, Jesse from LED86 here again. Recently came across a post on the USA forums discussing the Valenti side markers and comparing them to other ones, whether they'll plug and play, and just general details about different side markers on the market and the quality and so forth. So today I have a few different brands here. I've got the Auto Revitalization, which I just shortened to AR when I'm speaking about them. So from here on they'll be referred to as AR side markers. We have the Avest and the Valenti. So I've got a smoked and chrome of each one. So we'll start off with the smoked versions, and I'll give you a little rundown. So first up we will look at I'll take a look at the AR side marker first. This is in the smoked. AR makes some really good products, particularly their front indicators and the rear fogs, but these side markers I've never been completely happy with. I'll explain why. Now they do look really nice. They're a nice smoked color, quite dark base, and 3 little LEDs, and they're quite bright. Now the problem I have with them is the little clips in here. The plastic they make that holds the clip in is just way too brittle, so pretty much every time I've installed these, the clip doesn't break, but the plastic that holds the clip in always snaps. I do need to speak to them about this and just explain. It's the only problem with the product I have is just it always breaks. And then if this clip doesn't go in properly, your side markers are going to fall out all the time. If they don't do it straight away, you'll be driving down the highway and they'll just fly out. Now, the positives on these, they are plug and play. I don't think they need resistors. So if you don't have an LED relay, you won't get hyper flashing, I think. I know with these two, the Avest and the Valenti, you definitely don't need resistors. They have them built in. And they do lock in, so they're watertight. So you'd take your side markers out, you'd connect this, remove the bulb, and then that would replace where the bulb goes in the factory wiring. And then you'd actually push it all back in and twist it to lock. So they're watertight. All 3 of these are water sealed. So they are nice. They are a good option. It's just that clip. So that's the smoked version of the AR. And I can just put that over here for now. Next we're going to look at the Avest. And the Avest and the Valenti are very similar. It's just the LED design is slightly different, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the Avest side indicators. You get some general instructions just explaining a few, it's in Japanese, but I've done this plenty of times, so just explaining you might need to bend the pins out to make proper contact. And probably just a few little warnings which I can't read myself anyway. So I'll put that aside. So here we have the Avest smoked indicator. Again, these are really well made, they're solid. The plastic that holds the clip in isn't going to break. It's watertight as well, so again, remove the bulb from the socket, that replaces where the bulb goes, and then you push that in, twist the lock, reinstall the side marker. It does have a little plastic covering on it just to make sure there's no scratches on it before it gets to the customer. But in general, really nice. I have these on my car and never had a problem with them. I'll try and get in close here. If I can try and zoom in a bit. So here you can see they kind of have like these little LEDs that kind of, it might be clear on the chrome, I'll get that one out in a sec. But these bulbs kind of stick out, whereas the Valenti ones, they're more recessed and kind of a hexagon shape. Apart from that, the Valenti and the Avest are pretty damn similar. And I rate these both in terms of quality on the same scale. You're both getting bang for your buck on these ones. So that's the Avest, and I'll put that aside. And finally we have the Valenti side marker. Again, just some instructions. Comes in a fairly large packet. And here we have the Valenti. I'll take the plastic off in this case. Might help you see it better. So in this case, you can see the LEDs are actually recessed in. They're kind of like a little hexagon shape. Apart from that, really identical to the Avest ones though. So I'll take the plastic off this one too to show you. It's a bit dark on this camera, I know. So here we have Valenti and Avest. So you can kind of see how the bulbs, if I can show you properly, they kind of stick out from the surface, whereas the Valenti recess into the surface. But apart from that, both very, very similar side markers, and in terms of quality, pretty much the same. I can't fault either of these. I'll put the Avest back. So back onto the Valenti though. People were asking on the forums, like, are they plug and play? How do they install? Etc. And you can see they're pretty much exactly like the stock side markers. You have your clips and all that sort of stuff. And instead of plugging in a bulb, you're plugging in this connector, which runs to the LEDs. That's how it works. Once it's connected again, push it in, lock it, goes back in. Make sure you always, any sort of side marker with this, always lock it into place. Otherwise you will get moisture inside. That's how it's going to get in. So make sure it's locked in. Okay, now let's take a look at the chrome versions. So the AR, Valenti, and Avest. We'll start with the AR first again. These you might be able to see a bit better on the camera. It's a bit dark where I'm filming at the moment. So as you can see, the AR is a very nice design. It's got the 3 LEDs. So that's your AR chrome version. These are about $80 Australian. Next we have the Valenti chrome. So again, very similar to like the stock, but just a bit flashier. Here you can see what I mean by the LEDs being sort of recessed into the design. So they're quite flat, and then you look at them front on and you see the little LEDs. And this is sort of like all reflective. So that's the Valenti chrome. And finally the Avest chrome. And here is the Avest, and you can maybe see what I mean here. Sort of see how the LEDs stick out of the surface like that. Maybe that helps, better view. So as you can see, very similar Valenti and Avest. Valenti this one, Avest this one. Very similar designs, just different LEDs used. And neither of these need resistors. You can install them without an LED relay or having to, wire in resistors and stuff because they're built into these. And if you do get an LED relay down the future and you're upgrading like taillights or front indicators or something like that, it won't affect these. They'll still work as usual. So pretty much plug and play. Pain to install side markers, but I'll have a video just showing some tips on how to install them later on. I'm going to do another video, hopefully very soon, on just some tips and tricks on installing side markers. It seems like such a simple thing, but even I struggle installing side markers at times, and I've done it heaps and heaps of times now. I do have a few tips and tricks that might help you install, so subscribe and follow my videos. That should be up soon. When I get a chance, I'll record just a few things on getting these to install flush and nice, and they're not going to come out and fly away when you're driving. So yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel, keep an eye out, like the videos. If you need to contact me with any questions, just email me at sales@led86.com.au. I'll answer you as soon as I can. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you guys next time.